I have not come to class in a while. 7 weeks to be exact. Right before spring break started, I got invited to hang out with the class, outside of the regular academic environment. I said yes, because it seemed to be an excellent opportunity for me to get to know my students. Being a graduate assistant is more than just grading papers and leading class discussions. It's making a difference in the lives of young college students. Good morning, everyone.
Dancing King. Good morning.
Gotta say, I'm surprised that asshole's here today.
Look, I feel sorry for him. We're all just basically doing the best we can.
I realize that my appearance here today may be a bit awkward, but I am glad that we are all grown-ups here and can keep moving forward.
He's like a 25-year-old man. I don't party with these children. I went to the party for like 15 minutes, made an Irish exit, and that was that. I don't even know why he was there.
Sort of an asshole. Back in college, he used to be a big tennis star or something a few years ago, whatever. Back in high school, I ran cross country, came in 15th in the conference meet. Doesn't mean anything. He thought he could hang with us. He was wrong.
No, I kind of feel bad for him. Like, his heart was in the right place. I think he was just trying to fit in with the class. But it wasn't pretty. It was actually embarrassing. Like, really embarrassing. Humiliating.
I guess he just got carried away, swept up in the moment. I don't know. I try to let everyone live their own life with no judgment, but here's the thing. I'm a dance major, and that wasn't dancing. Someone should have slapped the shit out of him for behaving like that.
I personally think that some people kind of pushed him into it. Stirred him up or something like that. There are a couple in the class that could do that kind of thing.
Yeah, dude, fucking get it, yeah.
I think if it hadn't ended up on TikTok, this situation would be completely different.
Hi.
Oh, God. Party was amazing.
I was chatting up a lot of women.
I didn't like the guy, though. I mean, the whole time he was dancing, he was taking away from my game the entire time.
So let's get going. First of all, I have some important information to share. Professor Wilson will not be here today.
Where's she?
Why? She has been gracious enough to allow me to take over your final exam.
What?
Now, I've had a lot of time to focus on this class and what it's meant to teach. With this in mind, I'm changing your final exam. So, instead of a written final which merely asks you to spit out some random facts that don't really matter, I'm going to see if any of you can actually practice the point of the class, which is collaboration.
No one's gonna take this guy seriously. He wears sweatpants every day. You can't dress like that and expect to be taken seriously.
This whole thing is starting to feel like a giant fiasco. I'm thinking he's just about as incompetent as Ticketmaster.
So, instead of talking, we're taking notes about collaborating. I'm going to see if any of you can actually collaborate. Here's the deal. So yeah, I haven't been to class since the whole dancing incident. But I have used that time to create a final for you that's more than just an exam. It's an experience. So, let's go over the basic ground rules. There are 21 of you in the class. I've created 5 teams with 4 members on each team. This leaves one person who is free to join whichever team asks them to join. Each of the 5 teams will be responsible for completing 2 tasks. When a task is successfully completed, the team will receive a clue. When a team has obtained both clues, you will return back to this classroom, where these combined clues will spell a simple phrase. When the project begins, you will have 45 minutes to complete the tasks and figure out the phrase. Now, if the class gets the phrase to me within 45 minutes, everyone gets an A. If the class fails to get the phrase, then everyone gets an F.
So I was having some debate with this atheist idiot the other day. He said there's no proof of God's existence. Well, I haven't been to this class but 3 times and didn't study for the exam at all, but sent a prayer up before I came over here. Bam! Debate over.
So let me get this straight. The 2 weeks of studying I did to prepare for this exam now mean nothing because Mr. Dancing was too embarrassed to show up to class for a month and a half and spent all of his time creating some sort of adventure for us? I'm gonna get in contact with the dean's office. They already know me pretty well over there.
Okay, it's not fair. I'm now going to show you the 5 teams. Team 1.
Yeah, Grace was in my freshman orientation group about 3 years ago. I mean, she's pretty amazing. I haven't talked to her recently, but I mean, I've seen her around. It's weird though. She never seems to remember my name, which is really annoying. But I don't know.
Some group, huh? I'm not really a big fan of Taylor Swift. I can't exactly say that or I'll get canceled. And I try to let everyone live their own lives, but I'm not really sure about the whole beret thing. Yeah, I know Caleb. We were in the same freshman orientation group. It's a big hit with the ladies. I call him the wrong name sometimes to keep him humble.
Team 2.
This exam was scheduled for 3 hours, but now it's only going to take an hour, and I don't mean to be ungrateful for the extra time. It's just, if something is scheduled for 3 hours and I block off 3 hours of my time, then you're not helping me by not telling me it's only going to last an hour.
Do or do not. There is no try. From the mouth of Yoda, of course.
Team 3.
Well, this should be interesting.
B-A-M. Bam! We just won the super mega lottery, bro.
Time to put all my moves into play. I have a feeling I'm gonna be getting very close with the former homecoming queen.
Team 4.
You know, school is not the most important thing. There are more important responsibilities. Relationships are what really matter and what will sustain you.
Let me tell you what Larry Winkin said. I've done the merry-go-round. I've ridden the roller coaster. I've made my choice. I choose the roller coaster. There's more risk when you choose the roller coaster, but at least you'll know you have lived. That's it. Right there. All of it.
And Team 5.
I don't know why we couldn't just take the exam the way it was designed. I actually would have preferred to take it at home. I'll do whatever I'm supposed to do, but I don't want to have to get too close to anyone.
Look, it's upper body day. Let's just get this thing done so I can get to the gym.
Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, we had one extra person. So, Casey is a free agent. and can be picked up by any team. And I'll just quickly say that they would be a great addition to any team. Okay, well, in a moment when I begin the timer, each leader will come up and get a phone from me. This phone will guide your group on their way. You might be tempted to think of this as a scavenger hunt. Don't. It's more than that. I've had the last 7 weeks to create a class experience. Each team will be responsible for completing 2 tasks. The task exists as a means to an end. What really matters is how you collaborate. Each task will be totally different and it can only be completed by collaborating. Upon the successful completion of each task, you will be rewarded with a clue. When you have obtained both clues, you will come back to this classroom. When all the teams are gathered back here, then there will be 10 clues that together will form a simple phrase. You get me the phrase and you've won. Everyone in the class gets an A. If you don't get me the phrase, then everyone fails.
Are you kidding me? This is so unfair. I don't understand why shit like this always happens to me. Like, why do I always get the short end of the stick every time?
Does anyone have any questions or thoughts they'd like to share?
Most of you know me and know that I am on a self-care journey on TikTok and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, as well as on Be Real. You know that I'm always looking for ways to grow and find my place in this world. I've been doing a lot of reading recently, and I read something that really speaks to me. Maybe it'll speak to you too. Who knows? I don't know. I felt a really strong connection with the author, and I realized that she's more like family to me, and we just didn't know. Anyways, here it is. Mish says, every morning you should wake up, go to the bathroom, look at the mirror, and say to yourself, hey buddy.
You know, I'm the kind of person that keeps an open mind and gives people a lot of room, you know, but that being said, I don't see how Michelle Obama is any family to him. They're not related. He is not related to Michelle Obama. The fuck? What are you talking about?
Moving on. I'd like to share a final thought before we get started. I'd like to share an idea that maybe everything you need is already in front of you. That maybe all the working and struggling and striving isn't needed. Maybe we already have everything we need. Remember this. Oz didn't give anything to the Tin Man that he didn't already have.
I can't decide who's more of an asshole, Mr. Self-Help or this tool using the Wizard of Oz to try and say something.
Huh. Oz never gave anything to the Tin Man that he didn't already have. It's kind of beautiful.
I don't quite get how a movie from 1939 has anything to do with a business class called Collaborating in the Modern Era.
So maybe your quest today isn't even necessary. Maybe the answer is already in front of you.
Is all this talking counting against our time limit?
Team leaders, come up, get the phones for your team and head out to the hall, wait for your first alert. Your 45 minutes starts now. Oh, you can leave your backpacks here if you want.
Wait, oh my god, I think I know. Wait a second, hold on, wait.